to
Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Ettinger, CTV PR's social media correspondent, coming to you at a very special location. We are at Facebook headquarters in downtown Toronto with the lovely and brilliant filmmaker, Trish Dolman of Canada in a Day. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me. I've never been inside Facebook. I feel like we're inside the board or something. Like, how did we get in here?
We did. Secret passwords
I
and
know.
thumbprints. It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's
I'm not
very
surprised. I'm not surprised how cool the inside of Facebook is, but yeah, it's
Facebook's
great.
very cool. So thank you, Facebook, as well, for hosting us. Canada in a Day, there's so much anticipation for Sunday. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I'm really excited. Yeah. I'm just so excited for people to see it. Like, I've been seeing it for months and the footage for months, and I am really ready to share it with Canadians. It's really cool.
So last year, let's take it back a year, there was a call of action across Canada and all over the world for Canadians to film a single day, a very specific day, to share their lives.
Yeah, so last September 10th, we asked all of you Canadians to take out your smartphones or your cameras and film your life, film your everyday life, film whatever you're doing, or if you want to plan to do something special. So we had a massive campaign, social media, website, and CTV ran like tons of on-air promos, and we did radio and everything just to, create kind of a groundswell of awareness of what Canada in a Day was going to be, and to ask people to participate.
And I remember seeing that because at the upfront last year, there were celebrities doing the call to action. There were incredible postcards, so there really was that plug, and the response was incredible. It's my understanding over 16,000 video submissions.
Yeah.
Amazing. That blew you away. Were you expecting that many?
Well, our goal was to get at least 5,000, and I thought we could get up to 20,000. So I was super happy with the results. And like you said, we had all these amazing ambassadors who you can see on our website at canadainaday.ca, and they all really came out. And some of them, without even asking, they're tweeting about it and telling people and are excited to be part of the project. So people, the ask was easy. People were like, this sounds like a great project. Sure, I will do anything to help you spread the word. So, yeah, Canadians, I would say we're really into it.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So they, we had a really overwhelming response. There's been 7 in-a-day films made so far. And Canada is the 6th country to do so. And we came just shy of 2nd place in terms of per capita participation. So
that's incredible.
The highest, according to the stats, was Italy, and then we were just shy of beating out Spain. So really Canadians came out. Like, some people are like, oh, we have 35 million people, only 10,000 videos. And I'm like, no, like, that's an amazing result, or 10,000 people.
Canadians that have a voice, that wanted to share their voice and share their story. So I know you have a lot of fun stats behind the 16,000 submissions. Can you share some of those stats that came from all the volume that you received?
Well, we got kind of obsessed with the stats, I think.
That's fun,
so
though.
We've organized them like by province. Like 46% of the videos came from Ontario, but then 2nd place was BC. Yay!
Woohoo!
I'm from BC, so I was like, BC, come on. Because at one point there were more videos from Alberta, and I was like, I did this little personal video, and I was like, really? BC, you're going to let Alberta beat us? And then suddenly we had this like flood of BC videos. But
see the power of social.
Yes,
right?
and that's because I did this video on Facebook, actually, that I was like, come on, everyone. And it worked. So then we broke it down into like themes and types of videos. So, there were 34 videos with rainbows. There was over just about 300 videos of hockey and birthdays. There's, I'm happy to say, dog videos.
We love those animal lovers.
A little over 800 dog videos.
Cats too?
Yes, but only like 150 something cats.
Oh,
so I would say Canadians are primarily dog people.
Interesting.
But there are cats and dogs in the movie, don't worry. But what else? There's birthdays, weddings, first dates,
babies,
one breakup, births, and a lot of babies.
And only one breakup.
Only one breakup.
So people kept it more positive? Or I know we don't want to give away too much.
No,
but...
generally I would say people were very positive, I think, because this film was also obviously being made in conjunction with Canada's 150th. So what people really messaged directly was that they're proud, that they're grateful for this country. A lot of people told me their immigration stories, how their families originally came to Canada. One woman actually who was on Amazing Race sent in a video, and she talked about how her father was from rural India, and someone had told him that Canada was amazing. Like, I don't know if I have often found when I'm traveling, I'll be in this really remote place, and there'll be like a image of the Rockies, like on the calendar or something. So I think people have ideas about Canada. So her family came in the 70s, and she grew up in a really small town in northern British Columbia, but she was like very grateful for the experience that she had. That's not in the final film, but it was, something. And then
for sure,
there's an Ismaili couple who are getting married, and the guy talks about his family coming to Canada and how grateful he is for that experience. So that was a really clear message. But what was surprising too is how intimate and immediate it was. The thing about asking people to film themselves, normally as a documentary filmmaker, I spend quite a bit of time getting to know the people I'm filming and gaining their trust and gaining access to their lives. And because you're just asking people to film themselves, you're immediately inside their home, inside their lives. I ask people to show me their lives. And so it has this, I think, uniquely personal and intimate quality that you're not going to see anywhere else. And then one of my other goals was I wanted to give Canadians the opportunity to see what it was like to be in each other's shoes. Because this country is so huge, I think it's hard sometimes to imagine how other people live or what they're facing on a day-to-day basis in terms of just even the geography of this country can be daunting.
Absolutely.
So, and I feel like I was able to achieve that, but because everyone participated.
And I love the fact, as a social media correspondent, the use of organic videos. Many of them were very raw, from smartphones, from drones, was a call to action to use whatever they had available. And that did add then that level of rawness and real and sensitivity. Does that show through in the documentary?
Absolutely. Like, you get this real sense of immediacy, and it feels like an observation of real lives lived, because it is. That said, one thing that was really surprising was the amount of very, very high quality footage we also received. If you go to our website, there's a video that Nick Hector, my editor that I worked with, who was an incredibly important part of this project, he said, often in documentary films, you're sort of looking for moments where that people might not know the camera's necessarily running, or you're looking for little mistakes as edit points, and this was kind of the opposite. Because people now are so savvy with technology. A lot of people have drones. A lot of people, you can do time lapse in your smartphones. So the level and the caliber and the quality of the footage was also amazing. You're going to see beautiful time lapse and amazing drone footage. One of my favorite drone sequences is on the prairies. And I had 2 women farmers send videos about being farmers and loving the prairies and their experience. Yeah, I think because I'm a woman filmmaker, I think women also felt really comfortable capturing their lives. And that, I have to say, was a really satisfying outcome. Because I had a large number of women who responded and recorded their lives. So I think you're going to see, what I still feel like is that in the media we still have a long way to go in conventional media to reflect back the actual face of this country, the modern face, the real face. I have a 6-year-old son. I drop him off at school almost every day. And his world is not what I'm seeing on TV, I think we still have a lot of issues around representing, even a racially blended family, and it's a non-issue. That is the modern reality of Canadian families, and certainly what I see. And so I wanted to reflect that back.
So you were a conduit, really?
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of a misnomer to call me a director, because I didn't shoot the footage. Canadians did. I was really there more as like a midwife of the project, and But I also do feel that it has my artistic expression because I chose and selected and together with Nick created a structure, and we chose themes that we wanted to represent that had come through in the footage. And there's like a rhythm, you know, in the film. So these types of films, because you're getting so much different footage, have a lot of montages kind of interspersed with these verite moments. That can be, and a lot of the montages are really uplifting, but we chose like a structure to those, and so we kind of built it like a layer cake. Like we started on one structural level, and then we added another structural level, and then another and another. So
you're really taking the viewers through quite a journey from the structures you've created.
Yeah.
And let's go back to those over 16,000 videos. 314 made it into the documentary.
Yes.
Tell us about that process. I can't even imagine how many man hours went into viewing 16,000 videos.
Yeah, well, initially I had a team that at any time was sort of between 6 and 8 people who would review the footage as it came in and log it. And we had a database, so the person who submitted would be in the database, the number of clips they submitted, and then description and keywords would be associated with that clip. So if it was sunrise or farming or sports, hockey, like everything was described, so I could search the database at any time. So it had to be very rigorous and organized. And then from there, that took 2 months, right? Mm-hmm. So 6 to 8 people, 2 months to watch 311 hours of footage.
Incredible.
And from there, I worked with this fabulous woman, Ashley Lynch, who was kind of our lead technical editor. And she created like this 10-hour assembly of all the favorites. Like we had a ranking system. So the first assembly was 10 hours that I watched. And then Nick, from that, cut it down to 2 hours initially. And then I watched that and I was like, well, here's the things that I observed in the footage and that I would like to see. And then we just went from there. So it was like a whittling process.
And were you surprised by what you received? Were you expecting a certain type of video to come in and all of a sudden you were veered off to another path going, whoa, I didn't anticipate to receive something so personal or so unique?
Yeah, I think I was surprised by the personal nature of a lot of the videos. A lot of people were very candid about their struggles with mental health issues, with anxiety and depression and stuff. And I really appreciated that. You know, I want to thank everyone for sharing their personal struggles, not only their triumphs, but also the struggles they face. Because if I had just made a film that was like 90 minutes of, happy 150th Canada, I think you'd get tired after a few minutes. Right?
Sure, absolutely.
And this film has a real emotional range because people just shared their real lives.
So with that emotional range, did you find that there was a common thread or denominator through the submissions? And as Canadians and in Canada, is there something we're all seeking?
Yeah, I would say there's a number of things that really emerged. One, family was kind of the number one sort of topic reflected in the videos. So family, I think, is very important to Canadians. I asked people to contemplate 4 questions. One is, what do you hope? 2 was, what do you fear? Or hope and dream of. Fear, what do you love? And then, what does Canada mean to you? Mm-hmm. And I think, some of the themes that came through were people's fear about the future, especially kind of older people, fearing for their children and their children's children and what future generations, what world they're going to have to live with. So that's something. But then I would say overwhelmingly what came across is that Canadians are proud, immensely proud, and grateful to this country and for this experience. And as one man said in his video, he said, we're also not afraid to roll up our sleeves and have that difficult conversation and get to work on some of our issues.
Right, which makes this country so incredibly special.
Yeah.
It really does.
And so, people also, what I didn't want was just like a glossy picture. And so there's one very compelling video that this woman sent in that really talks about the need for reconciliation with our Indigenous people in this country, and asks us to look forward to the next 150 years and beyond, and really talk about how we're all going to live together. And that was another thing that came out in a couple of videos. People used to have this perspective that was les deux solitudes, like English and French, and really it's a whole cultural blend of so many different people. And we have a checkered past with Indigenous people that I think now is part of a major national conversation that we're trying to come to terms with, and trying to make good on what happened, and move forward in a positive fashion, with what's going on with the Truth and Reconciliation recommendations, stuff like that. So people, that also came out of it. So, and then it's also, people are also incredibly celebratory. They wanted to say happy birthday Canada. They really, really did. And so there's a lot of triumph too, and celebration. But many, many people shared their immigration stories and how grateful they were to live and grow up in this country, and the opportunities it's presented them.
So lots of celebrations, lots of happiness, raw and real. What else can we tell our viewers? Because this will be on CTV at 8 o'clock on Sunday.
That's right, CTV, on Sunday, June 25th.
CTV2, CTV Go. What other surprises can our viewers anticipate?
Well, I'm not going to give away any more surprises. You have to watch the film now. It's all up to you. Sunday night, 8 o'clock, 7 Central, 9 Atlantic. It's so complicated, our multiple time zones in this country. But, I'm not going to give away any more surprises.
You've given us
watch the film.
I think we've got a good
I think
handle on it.
I think you're going to enjoy it, and just be prepared for that full emotional range, happiness, and some incredibly moving moments.
Why, thank you very much. But we're not done, because we're going to take your Facebook Live questions now. Since
cool,
we're
I've
here.
never done this.
Cool. Awesome. So let me have a look and see what we've got.
Yeah, I just did live tweeting for the first time. That was exciting. Are you allowed to say that in this building? You're okay. That was the first. I was kind of nervous. I was like, okay.
So we have Evelyn Avila. That is so cool. Big dog lover here. So woo-hoo to the dog lovers. Yeah. Thank you, Ev. Matthew was saying go Canada. So again, there's that pride.
Thanks, Matthew. Yeah.
And we also saw, before even coming on, people are becoming their own inner celebrities. Very excited because they are in documentary.
What's really cool is I'm seeing a lot on social, people recognizing friends. So from the promos, taking pictures, going, is this you? Or like, oh wow, I saw myself in the promo, and people are really excited. And one thing I can guarantee is you're going to see someone or a place that you don't think other people know about, but you are going to recognize places and faces for
That's
sure.
So
like
cool.
It's uncanny. Every time I screen the film, people are like, oh, I know those people,
And it's interesting you're saying that, because that what was happening on my Facebook page is that people started conversing, going, oh my goodness, your daughter's in it. And I just talked to so-and-so yesterday. So there's a lot of excitement to watch this. Let's see what else we have here. Victoria is saying, looking forward to seeing the diversity of our country. Also to see it play out over a 24-hour period, and excited to see my contribution.
Ooh, Victoria, what's your contribution? Levesque. I don't have every single person's name memorized, but almost. Yeah.
So we'll have to ask you to let us know that if you can. And Evelyn is saying, was it emotional watching all the footage and the stories that were told? Did it really take a toll on you personally?
It didn't actually take a toll at all. It was emotional, but it wasn't, it didn't take a toll. I was just surprised. So I would, during the logging and reviewing process, the loggers every night would give me a list of their top picks. So I would receive an email at the end of the day with the list of the top rated clips and a link. And so I would sit on my couch after I put my son to bed, and I would...
Did you have chocolate?
Yeah, I'm a chocolate fan.
They're fun fact.
And I would watch these clips, and I was really surprised at how often I teared up. Like, I was just so moved by different people's experience and how people take adversity and they turn it into a positive, or there's a wonderful woman who I actually got to speak on the phone the other day, Suzanne Lyon, who lives here in Toronto, and she was doing the One Walk for Toronto because her daughter had survived eye cancer. And she just films caring for her daughter in the morning,
and guess what? Suzanne was one of the contributors to my Facebook page.
Oh,
so
great.
Talking about a small world and social coming together and bringing us together.
That's so great.
Yes.
Yeah, she's so lovely. And so I found myself emotional a lot, but I didn't find that it took a toll. I found it inspiring and invigorating. And, I feel like the making of this film came with kind of a responsibility, right? And that I feel honored to be the person who got to do this. I mean, I had that, I felt like a responsibility to the nation in a way, and to make something that is a real reflection back. So we really tried to reflect all ages, all cultural backgrounds, a variety of political and social beliefs. Definitely geography is, we tried to reflect back everything that we got in terms of geography. So, yeah, Excellent. It was amazing. Yeah.
See if there's any more here. Yes, we do. Yes, you just answered if every province and territory was represented.
Yes. So that's my friend Micaiah. Hi, Micaiah. Yes, we got videos from every province and territory, and then also, Canadians from around the world submitted footage. So we got a lot from people in the expat community from Kuwait, Japan, and then people on vacation as well.
And speaking of, we have Cassie Mitchell. Good morning from Tokyo. Luckily, just woke up in time to see this.
Hi, Cassie. Thanks for your video.
All coming together on the power of social and Facebook. This is so amazing.
That's so great.
I can't wait to watch this. I think it's a great way of showing the world our beautiful country and people. And thank you so much for having our family be a part of this with Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I love hearing from the people that are in it. It's so cool to connect. And I wish we could have a giant party where we all got together.
Well, put it out there, manifest it.
That would be my wish, and everyone got to meet. It would be so cool. We could have like a giant outdoor screening or something. Really
never
fun.
Say never.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being so responsible and taking on this project and for your time today.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So we want you to again join in and on Sunday night at 8 o'clock CTV for Canada in a Day. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to our participants for your time and for your conversations, and to Facebook Canada. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some more social media stuff as we approach the broadcast, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And during, I think I'm doing questions.
Oh, great. Perfect.
On an unnamed social media competitor to Facebook, where we are now.
Well, even here, though, follow along at hashtag Canada in a Day. We'll still be adding additional information. So thank you very much.
And thanks to Facebook for hosting.